Now, I know that there has to be some cost involved in rehab, and I know that that's probably figured in, the way that you set things up since it's turnkey. But for a person who kind of wants to know and they're thinking about getting involved in this, and let's say they're counting the dimes in their piggy bank to figure out just what it's going to take, what would you say the average rehab job costs to get a property in shape? And I know that varies from property to property, but you've got to.
Are you talking about the property that we specialize in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, our rehab costs can range from $5,000 to, I would say, the $20,000, because we don't buy properties that need complete rehabs where you're gutting out the homes and starting over, because we're Memphis cash flow and time is money. So we're not going to take on a project that's going to take months to get rent ready when you need cash flow. So our rehabs are going to range from a week to 2 weeks. And the cost is, like I said, from $5,000 to, I would say our average rehab cost is $10,000.
Okay.
It just depends on
now,
how good the condition of the house is in.
Okay, very good. So about $10,000. Now, you mentioned cash flow, and I understand that's the name of your business. So I know people have different approaches to real estate. What would you say are some of the basic differences between these, the focus that people have on investing in real estate? I mean, some people are long-term investors. Some of them, want to hold, and then some want cash flow. What's the, if you were ranking it on a scale of 1 to 10, where would cash flow rank on the scale?
It should be a 10.
Not that I doubted that you would say that.
I mean, aren't you doing this to get paid?
Well, that's true, but now some people have a different.
Yeah, you're right. Some people look at appreciation. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I wanted you to address it. So, tell us the importance of cash flow. I mean, I know that you do it every day, and you feel that, it's a no-brainer to you, but people have been taught by different, different, quote, gurus out there, and some of them have different perspectives. So tell people why it's important to have cash flow when you're a real estate investor, and what that leads to down the road if you do choose to have some different investment objectives.
Well, in real estate and also in business, cash is king. So if you don't have a flow of cash, you're not in business. So it should be, I also think appreciation is important for over time, because depending on how long you plan to keep a property, you want that house to go up in value so that you can even get even more money off the property. We have a lot of buyers who are cash buyers, and they are buying the properties outright with cash. They don't have a mortgage and looking at all the other expenses that some of the other investors have. And they look at cash on cash return. They look at, okay, if I buy this house and I'm then getting this much in cash flow every month, and then look at the percentages as opposed to putting that money in a money market account. So when I'm coaching a real estate investor, I'm looking at their overall strategies, and then we decide what they're trying to accomplish and what they're trying to achieve, what they need to focus on. I hate to put everything in a box because everybody has different goals.
Okay. All right. Very good. So it's a combination of, sitting down with people and looking at, what their objectives are, and then working a plan that meets those objectives and fulfills the cash flow objective as well. Now, we've been going now for about 30 minutes, so what I want to do is take a pause here. I know that you coach other people, you assist them in the process of buying real estate and facilitate, a lot of that process. So go ahead and give us a little commercial about how to get in touch with you. Tell us a little bit more about what you offer in the event that someone's out there listening or will listen to the archives and say, I think this is a person that I want to work with.
Okay. Well, in my intro, which is kind of dated, I need to give you an updated intro on Natasha Bowen. I'm also Vice President of Memphis Cash Flow, so that was not in my introduction, and it is a complete turnkey real estate investment company, and the president is Hewlett Gregory. Our website is memphiscashflow.com, and as far as my coaching services, my website is businesscoachmemphis.com, and my cell phone number to contact me about either company is 901-647-3922.
All right, very good. We're going to give you an opportunity to give that information later. I'm a firm believer in, putting the information out there as many times as you can so that people are able to contact you. But once again, her number is 901-647-3922. And she's a great person to work with. As you can see, just listening to her, you can see she has a great personality. She's very well educated and is a very astute business person as well. So you can't go wrong with Natasha Bowen if you're going to be investing in real estate. And people don't come from all over the world just to sit and chat. They come because they're interested in doing some serious business, and that's what she helps them to do. All right, so we've looked at the rehab cost. We talked a little bit about what it costs. Now, you mentioned that you have a management company. Can you talk a little bit about the management company and maybe tell us a little bit about what's involved there in terms of fees and costs, et cetera, to have the property managed by Memphis Cash Flow? Or I think the name of the company was it Monarch?
No, it's Marathon Management.
Marathon,
and you know what?
Marathon.
I won't claim ownership of this company. It is Hewlett's company.
Okay.
Wholeheartedly.
Right.
And it's Memphis Cash Flow's sister company, which makes it perfect for our investors who want to buy a property and don't want to worry about finding a tenant. And Marathon manages over 600 properties here in the Memphis area and has been around for over 5 years. So we have a talented team that knows how to get the tenant in there, very picky, don't want to put someone in your house and they're not going to pay a week later. So, we really have stringent guidelines as far as who goes into the homes of our investors, because we look at the homes just like they're our own investments. So that's why we're picky about the ones we go after, and as far as putting the right tenant in the house. Okay, but the name of the company is Marathon Management.
Okay, Marathon Management. We want to definitely, make sure that everybody understands that, it's about, properly qualifying people, and that's one of the big issues. I remember listening to a gentleman some years ago, and he says, the biggest issue with having property is making sure that you properly qualify and pre-screen on the front end to, get the right people who are going to, fulfill their legal obligation to, to pay your rents and to keep your property the way that their contract specifies. So, and that's what your company specializes in doing.
Yes, and you also asked me what were the fees. Yes. And our fee is 9%, and we usually get 2-year leases on the homes. Okay.
All right, so a person can look forward to some pretty steady cash flow in that process, and then if they want to.
Memphis Cash Flow.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, now how do you guarantee repairs? And talk a little bit about that industry as far as Memphis is concerned. If you have any information you can share on that, but I know you have access to your own rehab company, I believe, that handles repairs for you.
Yeah, we have several different crews that we work with, and they've been with us for a long time, so they know what we want in our houses. For instance, any house that we purchase, we're not going to buy a foreclosed house and make it look like something that you see on HGTV. It is going to be rent ready, but it's going to look nice. It's going to have updated fixtures. You're going to have a working air conditioner and heating system. But one of the things that we do is that all the kitchen and bathroom areas are always going to be tiled. If it's linoleum down when we purchase that house, we're going to tear that out and make it look really nice and durable for those long-term tenants. And like I said, that we have our specialized crews that know how to do the work right, and we guarantee the repairs for up to 30 days after a tenant moves in, because a house that's been vacant or set for a while, anything that's wrong that was not caught during the rehab process, once someone moves in and start turning on the water and turning on the lights and start cooking in the kitchen, anything that needs repairs, we're going to find out within those first 30 days.
Okay. All right. So you offer them a guarantee on the repairs for time, and you're able to go in and make that right for the tenants who move in, and so everybody gets a great deal from that perspective.